Hello everyone. My name is Joy. I am 25 years old. I live in London. I work in a small bookstore. I love reading books and drinking coffee. For 5 years, I believed I had a happy marriage. My husband, Daniel, was kind, hardworking, and quiet. At least, that was what I thought. But one Sunday changed everything. Before we begin, listen carefully and try to learn new English words from this story. Now, let's start. Daniel worked as an engineer. Every Sunday, he left home around noon. He always had the same excuse. Extra work. I never questioned him. Why would I? He was my husband. I trusted him completely. One Sunday, I stayed home cleaning the apartment. The weather was beautiful. The sun was shining. Everything felt normal. Then someone knocked on the door. I opened it. A woman stood outside. She looked nervous. She was holding a phone. "Are you Joy?" she asked. "Yes," I replied. She looked surprised. Then she asked, "How long have you been married to Daniel?" I smiled politely. 5 years. The woman's face became pale. She looked shocked. Then she showed me a picture on her phone. The moment I saw it, my heart started racing. The man in the photo was Daniel, my husband. He was smiling. Standing beside him was another woman. 2 children stood in front of them. They looked like a happy family. But it wasn't my family. I stared at the screen. I couldn't speak. The woman looked at me sadly. "He told me you were his cousin," she said. My hands started shaking. "What?" I whispered. The woman nodded. "He told me he was divorced." I felt as if the floor disappeared beneath my feet. Nothing made sense anymore. The woman introduced herself as Sarah. She told me she had been with Daniel for 6 years. 6 years. That was longer than my marriage. I wanted to scream. I wanted to cry. Instead, I asked one question. "Are you sure?" Sarah opened her phone again. She showed me dozens of photos. Birthday parties. Family trips. Christmas celebrations. Daniel was in every picture. I recognized his smile. His clothes. His watch. It was him. There was no mistake. My husband was living another life. I felt sick. Then Sarah said something even stranger. "If you think this is shocking, you don't know the worst part." I looked at her. "What do you mean?" She took a deep breath. "Every Sunday, he tells me he is visiting his sick mother." My eyes widened. Daniel's mother had died 3 years ago. Sarah and I stared at each other. Both of us had been lied to. For years. That evening, we decided to find out the truth. The next Sunday, we followed him. Daniel left home at noon. Just like always. Sarah followed in her car. I sat beside her. My heart was beating fast. We drove across the city. Then Daniel stopped outside a small house. We looked at each other. Neither of us recognized the place. A few minutes later, a young woman opened the door. She hugged Daniel. Then they went inside. Sarah gasped. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. "Who is she?" We waited. An hour passed. Then 2 hours. Finally, Daniel came out. But he wasn't alone. The young woman walked beside him. They were laughing. They looked comfortable together. Very comfortable. That night, neither Sarah nor I could sleep. We needed answers. The next day, Sarah knocked on the young woman's door. The woman introduced herself as Emily. She smiled politely. Then Sarah asked, "How do you know Daniel?" Emily smiled. "He's my fiancé." Sarah almost dropped her phone. I felt frozen. Fiancé? That meant Daniel was planning another marriage. Emily invited us inside. She had no idea who we were. When we showed her photos of Daniel with us, her face turned white. She sat down slowly. "I don't understand," she whispered. "He said he was single." The room became silent. 3 women. 3 different lives. 1 man. 1 liar. For the next hour, we compared everything. Messages. Photos. Dates. Stories. The truth became clear. Daniel had been living 3 different lives. He had 3 different relationships. 3 different stories. And somehow none of us knew. Emily started crying. Sarah looked angry. I felt empty. Then we made a decision. We would confront him together. The following Sunday, Daniel arrived at Emily's house. He was carrying flowers. He looked happy. Until he opened the door. Sarah was sitting on the sofa. I was sitting beside her. Emily stood behind us. Daniel froze. The flowers fell from his hand. Nobody spoke. The room was completely silent. Finally, Sarah broke the silence. Which one of us is the lie? Daniel looked trapped. For the first time, he had nowhere to run. No excuse. No story. No escape. For the next hour, he tried to explain. But every explanation created more questions. Every answer revealed another lie. Eventually, he stopped talking. Because there was nothing left to say. The truth was finally exposed. A few months later, I moved to a new apartment. Sarah started a new job. Emily returned to university. Life slowly became better. Sometimes painful endings create new beginnings. I learned that trust is important. But trust should never make us ignore warning signs. And although Daniel broke my heart, he also taught me something valuable. Never lose yourself while loving someone else. Today, I am happier, stronger, and wiser. And that is the end of my story. Thank you for listening. English challenge. Answer this question in the comments. If you discovered a big secret about someone you love, would you forgive them? Why or why not? Vocabulary. Trust, to believe someone is honest. Lie, something that is not true. Fiancé, a man who is going to get married. Confront, to face someone and ask for the truth. Expose, to reveal a secret. Life lesson. A healthy relationship needs honesty. Small lies often become bigger lies. Pay attention to actions, not just words. Did you enjoy this story? Subscribe for more Learn English through story videos. Like this video, share it with a friend, and tell us your answer to the English challenge in the comments. See you in the next story.